Hello, people out there in the land. Thanks so much for tuning in to this channel, to this video, so you can hear what God has to say during these perilous times. My name is Jenny, and today's word is not a daily word. This is before I actually started getting daily words. And this is called God Made You, Jesus Bought You. And I received this on May 22nd of 2023, so almost 2 years ago. And I wanted to show you for just a second. I cannot tell you what verses, and I probably won't be telling you what verses there are because it is absolutely chocked full. And I mean chocked full. If you look, this is written and not typed up. So if you see, these are the side notes. Some of them are the little notes, but most of them are verses that goes with whatever each line. So I would be here forever and a day, and this is already a long one. So I'm gonna kind of skip the verses, okay, for now, and just yeah. It's chock full of them. So anyway, this is a long one, and so I'm gonna go dive right in. Okay, he says, so this is God made you, Jesus bought you. He says, some of you who are called by my name can't be distinguished apart from my enemies. You used my son's blood to escape the fires of hell and death eternal, but don't want to commune and fellowship with me and not walk in my ways according to my will, but yours be done. That is the law of the adversary, the evil one. Do as thou wilt. That leads to hell, a place void of me and absent of everything good, which is of me. So he is everything that is good. And that do as thou wilt, that is a quote from I think Aleister Crowley, I do believe, and Jay-Z wears it because he's a follower of him. Okay, so and a lot of people do. So that's their business, I suppose. You know, obviously it's free will, but I'm just letting you know that's where that quote is, and it's from the devil, okay? Because the devil doesn't care who you worship, even if it's yourself. He doesn't care as long as it's not God Almighty and, and the Lord Jesus, his son. So anyway, he says, moving on, he says, hell is not a party. It is of things which one cannot imagine. Torture, terror, pain untold. Nothing for you, my children, because it was not made for you, but for the angels that sinned. You are made in my image. I did not make you for that place, but rather to be with me instead, in a world so good, it's hard to imagine. So it's like, so heaven's so good, it's hard to imagine, and hell is so bad, it's hard to imagine. But if you look on YouTube and other places, you can find near-death experiences or visions that God has been pouring out these past so many years. And if you watch them, you will find a common theme in all of them. So, and it's pretty interesting. So anyway, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, you can look that up. I have. So moving on, he says, for you are my precious ones, made in my own image. So you should be holy as I am holy. You asked me into your heart for me to dwell with you, to not only save you from eternal damnation, but to commune and abide with you too. Now, abide just means stay close with, okay? But most people forget and lose sight of the fact that if you want me to be with you, it's a daily choice, because we have free will. It is a daily choice that you must make which path to walk onto which path to walk, my way with me or another which leads away from me. That is why I said you must take up your cross, because it is a sacrifice you must make. And I do believe there's arrows pointing to Matthew chapter 16, verse 24 through 26. I don't know if that pertains to it, but I've got an arrow there, so to that. So he says, when he says that, he says, that is why I said you must take up your cross, because taking up your cross means, basically laying down your sin. I know that kind of picking up and laying down and stuff like that, but it is basically carrying that sacrifice, that cross, that sacrifice unto God for that he paid the penalty for, basically. So he says, nail your sin up to the cross daily, or pick up the load and go at it alone. With me, your load will be lightened, and I will give you strength to make it through each day. As you fellowship and commune with me, have a relationship, I will give you strength to become stronger and wisdom to teach you to teach others. No one said life is easy, but it can be more enjoyable and doable as I will give you joy and therefore strength. I will show you which path to take on your journey that will lead you to righteousness, not unto wicked and evil ways. Now, righteousness just means, to be right in God's sight, to walk in his ways, the right way to go. Okay, and we've all been given a conscience, so, you don't really necessarily have to, quote the 10 Commandments that he's given us all a conscience, okay? Even though some don't seem to have one anymore, he actually has. So they know they're doing wrong. Anyway, he says, to be Christ-like in your thoughts and deeds, to be set apart from the world for your own good, to show people me, my image in you, not confuse them and lead them astray. Because, now I'm sorry, my handwriting is really awful, and I was scribbling stuff out and stuff. He says, because you are a new creation in me, you have nailed your old sinful self and ways to the cross. You have been crucified with me. Now, I will tell you those, that is in to be a new creation in me. That is 2 Corinthians chapter 5:17, and also Romans chapter 6, verse 6. And taking up your cross, I guess, was Matthew 10, verse 38, and Luke chapter 9, verse 23. So anyway, okay, that's enough of that. So here we go. He says, taking up your cross and fellowshipping with me will keep you clean and on the path of my will and my ways. But you must get in my book. And when he says his book, he means the Bible. Okay, so, and this is all caps, so get in my book to truly fellowship with me, as this will teach you about me and be a guide for you. As my book is alive, it is living, breathing my breath with every word, giving you life more abundantly and giving you food to eat, which is wisdom, and life-giving water to drink in. It is armor for your protection and a sword for which to do battle. It is a comfort in times of sadness and peace that surpasses all understanding in times of distress. It is a rock onto which to stand when life gets unstable. It is strength when you are weak and company when you get lonely. I am in the Word because I am the Word. Let's see here. I'm sorry, I've got so many things going on here. He says, because sometimes I get parts of words or parts of a sentence, so that's why I kind of have to scribble some things out, and I'm like, okay, no, that's for later on in the sentence, So it's very interesting how he gives everyone, he communicates with everyone. So anyway, he says, I am in the Word because I am the Word, and darkness. Oh yeah, it is light to shine in the darkness, and darkness cannot overcome it. Let's see here. Okay, sorry about that. And that is in John chapter 1, verse 4 through 5. He says, if you choose to walk down another path, you would have to walk with another, someone not of me or with me, down a path that does not lead you to me, and the plans I have for you, plans for peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. That's in Jeremiah 29:11. Let's see. All right. He says, if you start to wander off, not wonder, but wander off, get led astray, I will be right here waiting with arms wide open and help you get back on the right path to me. But I cannot bless you or the things which you partake of while you're on that path that leads away from me. Okay, he cannot bless sin. So if you are living in sin and you are praying this and praying that instead of, oh, help me get out of this, okay, from like, say, consequences of your sin, then, you're in sin, you're willingly, knowingly sinning. And so he cannot bless it. So he says, staying on my path is obedience, you see, and those that love me love my commandments and willingly obey. Obedience brings blessing. Therefore, any path that is not of me is cursed and will lead to calamity and destruction in this life and the next. And you can find what brings about blessings and what brings about curses in Deuteronomy. I have 27 down here, but I think it's 28. I don't know why I put 27 down, but you can read 27, but also read 28. He says, but it is your choice, my children. Let's see here. But it is your choice, my children. It always has been. I want you to love me freely, not be robots or to live in a tyranny. But what you don't understand is that unless you take my path of righteousness, you will be led astray to a place I did not make for you, a place that is void of me. Therefore, of all caps, anything good and lovely, because there is no other place for you to go. That is where it must be. But it doesn't have to be that way. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me add a little tidbit here because I put it in the side note. He says, God is absolutely good. Where God is not, so he's absolutely good, and where God is not is no good thing. That means air, water, oxygen to breathe, nothing good, only evil and evil incarnate in the darkness that can be felt, terror and everything. So anyway, you can read up on Hill if you'd like. So he says, but it doesn't have to be that way, my children. That is why it is so important to get in my book and stay, because it is a plug, as you would say, a bond to me. So decide today to take my hand and walk with me on my path of righteousness, and I will lead you to blessings untold and peace and joy and fulfillment. I will forgive you and wash you clean as you come to me and be washed by my word, by the blood of the Lamb, the one that took your sin upon himself and gave you life everlasting. So he took the death sentence that sin requires, okay? And since life is in the blood, death takes the life and has to spill the life in order to take death, right? Okay, so but without the blood, therefore you don't have life. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. You can find that. Let me read that. You can find that in 1 John chapters 1, verse 9, Acts 22, verse 16, John 1, verse 29, John 19 and 30. And I don't know what the other one says. So anyway, he says, gave you life everlasting. It's all been accomplished, my children, and is there for you if you only decide to take it. I will help you every step of the way if you just open your heart to me and let my love fill you up. You won't want to go back to your old self and sinful ways, because my love is enough. In fact, it is overflowing, so much as to give to others. So come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest for your souls, an abundance of peace, love, and joy, and life everlasting. So saith the Lord, your loving, redeeming God. Oh, I'm sorry, your loving, redeeming God. So saith the Lord. I put this backwards out there. So anyway, so that is it. Please like, share, and subscribe this video and get it out to everyone that can see. So not only like it on the YouTube channel, so the algorithms can go out to other people, and also I've got a Facebook page, His Army of Light, as well. So you can follow that and get a notification whenever I post stuff. So a new work. So anyway, I hope this finds you blessed and you learned so much from it, because I know I have. So until next time, God bless.